Okay, let's welcome another guest now. Ravi Uppal, the Managing Director and CEO of JSPL, has joined us. Mr. Uppal, good morning. Thank you very much for joining us.
Good morning.
Well, the first good news that we wanted to discuss with you was the observations of the Central Vigilance Commission. It has said that it doesn't find anything wrong in the allocation of the Ramchandi block. So does this clear the way and now you can start mining? By when can you start mining, you think?
Well, you know that, let me first clarify that Ramchandi block is not on. This block was given by the central government to us for developing a coal to liquid project. It was we and another party, each one of us, which was given one block. But we never got the prospective license or the mining lease. So no activity ever could start on this project. So this project, as of now, stands cancelled. But on the other hand, JSPL on their own set up the coal to gas project, which is the first of its kind in the country, where we are buying the coal in auction, or we importing the coal.
Okay, so you can't use the Ramchandi block?
No, the Ramchandi, the project coal to liquid was cancelled. You know that the Special Body Planning Commission, together with the Ministry of Coal, had given one block each to us and another company, and then the state was supposed to give us a prospective license and a mining license, which were never given, and therefore the project couldn't take off. But then instead of that, we set up our own project in Nangol, which is from coal to gas, which we have successfully commissioned.
Okay. So can you tell us a little more about that project?
No, well, it was supposed to be a very good initiative. It was taken at a time when the oil price was about $110, and the government wanted to, local companies to develop their own technology to convert coal into the liquid petroleum.
Yep.
So it is we, another company in India, two of us were given this license to develop it, and but then the coal prospective license and mining lease never came along.
Okay.
So therefore this project wasn't pursued.
Actually, Sonia was asking for the other blocks, Mr. Uppal. What is happening with the other blocks which were very key to your operations? What's the current status of the other coal blocks? The Gare Palma ones.
Well, you know that you are aware that the Supreme Court had done the cancellation of all the blocks, including the Gare Palma 1, 2, and 3. And for Gare Palma 2 and 3, which once again surfaced during the coal auction, we had participated in that, and we were the preferred buyer. But later on, the ministry decided against giving that block to us, and that case is sub judice at this moment. We're waiting for the decision to be delivered.
So where are you now sourcing your coal? How much of it is through linkage, or is it all through e-auctions?
Well, you know that we have coal linkage for 1200 megawatt, which is about close to 5 million tons. And for the balance, the 2200 megawatt, we are buying the coal in auction from the neighboring mines.
So it will be...
so that was a combination of linkage plus auction.
So 33% from linkage and about 2/3 from auction?
Yes, about that. It's about that, yeah.
Okay. Mr. Uppal, I'll come back to the business in a bit, but before that, there's a lot of M&A buzz that's doing the rounds on JSPL. There are talks that there's a Japanese company that's looking to buy some stake in JSPL itself, perhaps even 15% stake. Can you confirm or deny those rumors? Because, there are reports doing the rounds that the talks have moved on from initial stages.
At any stage, we continue to do the prospecting of cooperations with different partners. So I do not want to, comment on a particular speculation. So, but I think that's an ongoing exercise, and you will understand my position that I don't want to, comment on a specific speculation.
But are you in talks? Is JSPL in talks with a couple of companies now, and are you guys looking to sell stake at any point in this calendar year?
No, but as I said, that we continue to sort of talk to different partners with whom we have business synergy, and we can create more value. So that's an ongoing exercise.
Okay. Is the sale of the power plant to JSW Energy completed?
Yes, that has progressed very well. We have got the shareholders' approval JSW has got the same. We got the board of directors approval. So that process has moved on, is going on well.
Okay.
What is the current situation as far as PLFs are concerned, and is there any possibility of more PPAs being signed?
Yes, I'm looking forward to getting more PPAs in the course of next 6 months' time, and the PLF will improve. Once the monsoon is over, we are running, the capacity in the machines at a higher PLF compared to the previous quarter, and I think in the third quarter and the fourth quarter, we would be running close to about 75 to 80%.
Have you got the entire consideration for that power plant, thermal power plant that you sold?
Well, that we are going, as per the terms of agreement, we are getting the advance, and once we have fulfilled the other two conditions, then the deal will be consummated, and the rest of the amount will be paid.
Which are the conditions? When will you get the rest of the money?
Well, there are two conditions. One is pertaining to getting the coal allocation for this, and the second is to get the PPAs.
And you are hopeful of getting it? I mean, will we see the money? You've got what, 1,500 crores so far?
No, we will be getting about 500 crores advance, and the balance 6,000 crores will be paid once the deal is completed.
No,
we're quite hopeful that we should be able to fulfill. We have been given time up to 2 years. We're quite hopeful that we should be able to fulfill those two conditions, even before 2 years.
Now, if within 2 years you don't complete, let us assume you're for some reason not able to sign the PPA because of the state of the discoms, then the plant will come back to you?
Well, I think it remains to be seen, but I think it's a bit hypothetical at this point of time to say that we will not fulfill, because I'm looking forward to see tender inquiries for a lot of medium-term PPAs in the next 6 months' time. As you're aware that the government has launched the Uday scheme. It's taking some months before the scheme becomes effective and the financial condition of the electricity board gets better. And once that gets done, I'm hopeful that the government will come with inquiries for the medium-term PPAs.
So you did speak about increasing your PLFs to 75% on the PPAs. How much of your total capacity, what is the capacity currently, how much is tied up, and which are the PPAs that you're looking at keenly now?
Well, we have coal linkage, which is for 1,200 megawatt, and out of that we have the PPA for about 850 megawatt, and the rest of it we are hoping to tie up very soon. There are some prospects in the pipeline where we are bidding, so hopefully the two units of 600 megawatt, what we call as EUP2, should be fully tied up, and then we have some PPAs already for the EUP1. And we are also focusing to complete EUP1 PPAs in the next 6 to 8 months' time.
Okay.
There are prospects which are already in the line, and we're in the process of finalizing them. Okay.
Your debt stands at 46,000 crore, isn't it? There is no, at the moment you have not been able to do a 525 on any of it.
No, 5 by 25, has been done already for the power side, and as far as the steel is concerned, it's in a very advanced stage of implementation.
No, my point is, if the MIP is not extended, will you be able to service this 46,000 crore debt?
Well, first of all, I'm quite hopeful the government should extend MIP, and if the MIP doesn't work out, the plan is ready. The plan B is ready for implementation of the anti-dumping duties.
Okay.
So I think government is very mindful that the Indian industry has to be saved against unfair competition from outside. They're very mindful, very sensitive about it, and I'm sure they will do the needful.
Okay, we're getting one more question, one more query, sir. So just want to pose that to you before we end the show. Will you be looking to list your power business or any of your international businesses at any point in time on the exchanges?
Well, it remains to be seen. The international market at this time is still to recover. It started to inch up. For example, if you look at coking coal, the prices have started moving up. In the last 2 weeks, the prices have moved up by nearly 7%.
Okay.
So we are basically waiting for the prices of the raw materials to start going up, which I'm hopeful they will do. I don't think it's going to sort of shoot to the north, but it will start moving up in a modest way. And at an appropriate, timing, we will look at the option of a listing and divestment, both of them.
All right, we'll have to leave it at that because we're out of time. Thank you very much, Mr. Uppal, for joining us with your views. We leave the markets in a fairly